It is widely found that women are underrepresented in Western societies when it comes to high leadership positions. The study called Think Male, Think Manager, Think Female, Think Follower looks at gender bias in implicit fellowship
The study
studies.
is important to the current implications of gender equality because, from statistics in such a developed country such as Australia, women made up 16% of CEO positions only in 2015 to 16. In the same year, only 28% had key management positions, where one quarter of organizations had no women in those positions in the previous year. Moreover, this study aimed at looking at gender bias, hypothesizing that as a social role, people would show bias and favor females as followers and men as managers. To support this hypothesis, the study conducted two experiments: an explicit test of the bias using a scenario design and an implicit association test, which was IAT based study. Using an experimental between subject design, the study had 109 participants, in which 75 were women. The participants were approached and provided with a link to an online survey on Facebook and were asked to provide demographic information of themselves, including their age, gender, educational background, and the job sector they were currently working in. In the instructions across both conditions, they were asked to take on a perspective of a leader who had several years of leadership experience and who started working in a new team. They also showed the images of the following male and female leader as seen in the presentation. As per the hypothesis, the results showed that women are implicitly more strongly associated with an ideal follower and less strongly associated with a counter ideal follower than men, but this effect only applied to the female participants. The limitations of the study were mainly that the participants consisted of female psychology students. As the effect could not be shown for the male participants, the study does not know if there was some bias or feminism that had occurred. The second limitation of the study were that there were few leaders who participated in the studies. The study was mainly made up of psychology students. Although the study induced a leader perspective to the participants, it still remains unanswered if real leaders in real world life scenarios would have the same bias towards females and males in the workplace as leaders.